Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Bumi and today we are watching Sanji versus Rock Lee One Piece versus Naruto by Death Battle. Yes, this one was suggested by Kyrie's Disney over here. And yeah, obviously if you haven't checked out my channel before, welcome. And between the two franchises, I am very close to Naruto. It is my number 2 animated show. Well, I guess that already puts you up to speed on where I stand between the two series. One Piece, I haven't watched much about it. If you checked out my Zoro versus Urza, you will know that I only got up to like I don't know what episode it was. Around the point where Zoro got his third blade. I don't even know if that's the right episode. That's just my latest recollection of it. So I really don't know who between the two will win because for one I don't know much between Sanji's power sets, and I don't know which Rock Lee they are pulling from. It could be from early Naruto, Shippuden, or Boruto. So with how old this video is, let me check. It is actually fairly new, 2020. So they may pull Rock Lee from Boruto. With that, I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win after that, because I'm most familiar with Rock Lee from Shippuden, and honestly, Rock Lee was the coolest when he was back in original Naruto. The Shippuden Rock Lee was just meh. He hasn't mastered the 8 gates. If I remember correctly, he can only go up to gate 6 on the end of Shippuden. So I don't know how that compares to Sanji. I guess we'll see. I will let Wiz and Boomstick as usual get me through their power sets, and we'll see. We'll take it from there. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that by leaving a sub. It is free, so no drawback on you guys. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check on next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. We all have goals and want to be happy, but there's always just something in our lives preventing us from getting that, isn't
Okay,
it? Well, there's making yours like.
Alright,
There are so
let's
many
do
girls
this.
with crazy over-the-top superpowers, but there's one class of character everyone respects.
The master of the martial arts.
Like Sanji, the sous chef of the Straw Hat Pirates searching for the One Piece.
And Rock Lee, the hardworking
Oh,
warrior.
okay. Based on this photo alone, it looks like it's gonna be like Shippuden Rock Lee.
From the village of Naruto.
So not so strong.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Somewhere in the vast ocean is a seafaring land of science, the kingdom of Germa.
When the King of Germs decided to churn out some
King of
kids,
Germs.
he got an awesome idea. How about he make his kids into killer emotionless super soldiers? What could go wrong?
He forced his queen to undergo surgery that would enhance their children during pregnancy.
Yeah, she wasn't much of a fan.
So she took a drug meant to counteract the effects to hopefully ensure that at least one of her children was, you know, emotionally stable.
A surprisingly low bar to
That
aim
killed her.
for, but hey, good for her. And she pulled it off.
While most of her children were violent sociopaths, one showed no signs of their shared superhuman genetics. This is
Sanji.
Sanji.
Oh, the poor kid didn't have a great childhood. I mean, he was surrounded by actual superhuman bullies. But he found peace in cooking for his mom. Well, until she died, and then he was thrown in a dungeon.
Oof.
Look, I told you his childhood sucked.
Fortunately, Sanji eventually escaped thanks to some help from his sister, who I guess was slightly less of a sociopath, and made his way across the sea as a cook. Until he was shipwrecked and left marooned.
Poor guy just can't catch a break. But Sanji found a new daddy in the form of Pirate Red Leg Zeph, who trained him in his own martial art, Black Leg style. Wait, shouldn't that be red leg style?
Yeah.
It's an art that focuses exclusively on kicks, which worked out swimmingly for Sanji.
No. Puns are my job. I don't need you pirating that from me.
As a chef, Sanji firmly
Pirating
believes
that.
his hands have no place in a fight. To him, they should be kept as pristine as possible for
cooking?
which
Yeah.
is frankly wonderful
Thought
etiquette.
so.
Even if his own life is in serious danger, he will not break this self-imposed rule.
You gotta hand it to him. Black leg is like taking capoeira, taekwondo, and every other martial art with high-flying footwork and mixing them all up like a stew. And just like a tasty dish, he named his attacks after a bunch of French words, which I definitely cannot pronounce.
Though the most
Yep,
important
same
to
here.
recognize is Diable Jambe, also known as the Devil Leg. By moving at incredibly high speeds, Sanji builds up friction between the air and his leg until it literally catches on fire.
Ooh,
To do so,
just
he'd
like
have to be moving his
Asakujaku.
legs over 11,000 meters per second.
Yeah, and that move's pretty lit. Clearly, Sanji's super fast. He's quick enough to keep up with the pirate captain Luffy, who effortlessly dodged laser beams from a robot man bear guy. It's a long story.
That's One Piece in a nutshell. A very, very long story.
Sanji's
Yep.
got plenty of other skills.
It's still going on,
Makes
right?
your face so hard it makes you as handsome as that devil George Clooney. Oh, brother. Then he can start blasting and Danny DeVito you back to normal with another.
And with the sky walk technique, he can literally walk on air by, listen to this, flicking his heels so quickly he creates dozens of miniature sonic booms beneath his feet.
That makes sense.
That
Guy did
is
that.
insane.
Note to self, never skip leg day. In fact, forget the other days. All days are now
Well,
leg
Guy
days.
did that when he was
Sanji
like
eventually found a
8
chief
gates,
as
but
a chef for the Straw Hat Pirates. With them at his side, he began a hunt for the All Blue, a mythical location where every ocean in the world connects and all manner of sea life exists. A perfect spot for a chef of the sea.
But just like all of us, he had to deal with his first and much crazier family at some point. And when he did, he got an upgrade.
This is the Raid Suit, a miraculous outfit with hover boots, invisibility, air boosters for increased kicking power.
And a snazzy cape.
Conveniently, the suit is stored in an easy-to-carry canister that can be opened for a magical girl transformation, like so. Oh, is this beer?
Wait a minute. If that's my beer, what am I drinking? I'm gonna either need to go to the bathroom or the hospital.
While Sanji
So
may
dumb.
not possess the superhuman ability of his siblings, he has learned something similar yet entirely different. Hockey.
Gesundheit. This power lets people push their body to new limits in a bunch of different ways. Like with armament hockey, he can make himself hard.
Ah, yeah, Zoro had this
Specifically
one.
to strengthen his limbs for ironclad defense and stronger attacks. However, Sanji's own speciality is Kenbunshoku, or observation hockey. With this, Sanji can detect the presence of others, including through walls. He can even predict future events, at least to some extent.
And hanging with the Straw Hats let him push his abilities to the limit. He's strong enough to keep up with the likes of Zoro, one of the deadliest swordsmen in the friggin' world.
Yeah.
And he could battle the marine Fujitora, who could summon meteors from the sky. The largest of which, when compared to the island of Dressrosa, appears to have a diameter of over 780 meters, and thus a kinetic energy of over 12 gigatons of TNT.
So, like, he fought a guy who could basically blow up a whole island in a snap, and then some. Let me know the next time you find a cook who can pull that off.
He has his fair share of weaknesses, though. Sanji sees himself as a gentleman, and thus refuses to fight a lady at any cost, even his own life.
And, he's absolutely terrified of drag queens. That didn't age well.
But even with the setbacks and a horrifying childhood, Sanji is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a goal. One day he will surely discover the All Blue, and whatever else comes after that.
I was looking for a light. Appreciate it.
Okay, let's see what Rock Lee has.
The village hidden in the leaves is a land
Probably
of
not
phenomenal
much.
ninja.
From Naruto to Sasuke to Kakashi, we've seen them show off their awesome talent on Death Battle.
Oh, wait,
But
wait,
one
wait.
ninja
No,
student
I haven't
sought to prove
seen
that
the
talent
rest.
wasn't naturally born.
Damn.
That talent could be achieved through nothing but hard work. This is Rock Lee.
At first, Bowl Cut's path to being a ninja was anything but promising. See, the best ninja can use all sorts of ninja magic called ninjutsu or genjutsu, but not Rocky over here.
Essentially, Lee was born with a
Wait.
disability, unable to
But
Rock Lee, occupation taijutsu instructor and Chunin exams proctor. Okay, that means that is the Chunin exams proctor is from Boruto. So I don't know where they are pulling this from.
not Rocky over here.
Probably
Essentially, Lee
Boruto.
was born with a disability, unable to access the living chakra energies within his body the same way his peers could. But while this certainly made things difficult for him, he continued to train, pushing himself to become a splendid ninja.
Too
Yep.
bad he got paired up with Neji, who might as well have the word prodigy stamped on his forehead. Hello, irony.
With no real family to speak of, Lee had no one to guide him on his difficult path. Fortunately, he found inspiration in the form of a fellow
Might
Bowl-Cut
Guy.
individual.
Might Guy, a man who is simultaneously incredibly cool and incredibly weird.
Guy saw Lee's potential and trained him to master the art of taijutsu, a ninja's physical prowess using chakra, body, and mind.
So he's not gonna be shooting fireballs or popping up clones of himself like the other guys, but he's gonna learn how to punch harder than anyone. Actually, that's exactly the point of his martial art.
Yep.
Strong fist, a style that's all about shattering bones.
Not just any ninja can master the form of strong fist. In the hands of a novice,
Plus
it's
he
a
has drunken
dangerous
fists
technique.
too.
One wrong move and you could accidentally break your own limbs.
But Lee quickly got the hang of it and even learned some awesome moves, like this killer Azuna drop on steroids, the Primary Lotus.
A
Primary
technique
Lotus,
so
yeah.
useful that many other ninja tried to copy it for themselves.
What a bunch of cheaters. He's also got this potion, and if he drinks it, he goes into a super zen state that makes him basically invincible.
Incorrect as usual, Boomstick. That was due to American censorship.
Right, it wasn't a potion, it was sake. Somehow, Lee's susceptibility to alcohol turns him into an instant expert in the drunken fist, based on an actual martial art.
You know, Wiz, I've always wanted to try that style myself, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few. Watch this. I'm gonna...
Wait,
Correction. Real drunken.
that's the first time I've actually seen his feet. One of the feet is a shotgun.
Boxers only emulate the movements of the inebriated. They're not actually. Ow, ow, ow.
Okay, I just noticed that.
Piece of
Now I
cake.
cannot unsee it.
Anyway, when Rocky Road isn't totally sloshed, he's got one more ace up his sleeve. The
8
eight
gates.
In the world of Naruto, 8 metaphorical gates exist within the human body, inspired by real-world Buddhist teachings of opening one's self to achieve enlightenment.
But in Lee's case, it's opening a can of whoop-ass.
Think of it like that horrible myth about
Yep.
humans using only one small part of their brain. Each open gate increases Lee's abilities in some way. For example, the first gate allows Lee to utilize 100% of his body's potential by removing inherent mental and physical inhibitions. The third gate lets him expend enough chakra all at once to perform his signature technique, the Hidden Lotus.
The first few gates are pretty chill, even if they do wear him out. Thing is, the more gates you open, the more dangerous it gets. But Lee wasn't afraid.
By the age of 13, he could unlock 5 of the 8 gates.
Yeah.
More than enough to keep up with the likes of Neji and honorary Green Day member Gaara. He's almost as quick as Naruto, who's dodged light speed attacks. And when he opened the 6th gate, he used it to slice up a giant
When was
meteor.
this?
Comparing the
A
scale
movie?
of the meteor to Konoha's mountainside, and assuming Lee contributed his fair share to this group task,
What movie
he
was
must have
this?
produced a force equal to about 230 megatons of
Ooh,
TNT.
just
His
megatons though,
nuclear
not
bomb has a yield
gigatons.
of about 5 megatons. So getting hit by 6 gate Lee is like having 50 nukes
Yeah.
exploding.
You'd think that I didn't notice that, but I'm not gonna get fooled by the high number. It's still just in megatons. The one from Sanji's feet was in gigatons, so that's orders of magnitude stronger than
in
Rock
your
Lee.
face.
Now, Lee has admittedly never used the last 2 gates. However, there are multiple claims that he's mastered them by adulthood. And frankly, as the successor to Might Guy, who did unlock all 8 gates,
Yeah.
he should be
I
comfortable.
I
Guy
think
can never
so.
blast the
I think that by the time Boruto rolls around, Lee has probably already mastered all 8 gates, but just didn't use it. He said that they didn't use the seventh gate, so yeah, up to this point, I haven't watched Boruto, um, so I don't know if he has used any of the like higher gates. By that I mean 7 and 8. So he won't have access to Hirodora and probably Night Guy. I don't know if he still calls it Night Guy at that point. Well, Sekizo. He can't use Sekizo.
Size of an island with the 7th gate. With the 8th, he could go head to head with the ultimate big bad, Madara.
Yep.
This creep was packing more power
So
than
good.
Naruto's chakra blew a hole through the moon. A 400 petaton explosion. That's way bigger than 50 nukes. Hell, the 8th gate can bend the fabric of space.
Just one small problem. Opening the 8th gate
Will
puts an
kill you.
immense toll on the body. The moment you open it, you've essentially guaranteed your own death.
Yeah,
Yep.
but who cares as long as you take your foe with you.
Under Guy's training and with the help of his friends, Lee has shown that he is indeed a splendid ninja. Though he never quite got the chance to prove himself against Neji.
Well, according to the wisdom of Gammy Boomstick, one's dead and the other isn't, so I think I know who won.
Tact, Boomstick. Now the villager's expert instructor in taijutsu, and with a kid of his very own, it seems Rock Lee's hard work
I still don't know
did pay
who
off in the end.
the mother is. 1010 maybe? Okay.
All right.
So it's hard for me to put up a prediction for this one because I really don't know which Lee they're gonna be using. Because if it's adult Lee, there's a chance that he might use 8 gates, but I highly doubt it since it was just implied that he mastered it. So despite my love for Rock Lee, I am sorry, but I will have to go with Sanji in this one because if we're going off things that they actually did, Sanji has more feats than Rock Lee, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going with Sanji in this.
The combatants are set, and we've run the data
Let's
through all
see.
possibilities.
But first, if you want some of Lee and Sanji's punch,
Or wait
to see
special battle.
battle.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so it looks like it's post-war Rock Lee, so Boruto Rock Lee.
I refuse to eat this. It's far too mild, lacking in the fiery use of true spicy curry.
Mild. This is the most perfectly balanced curry around.
I see your fighting skills match your skill in cooking.
Okay, this is looking good so far.
Show your chef some respect.
Drunken Fist.
Respect? I'm a paying customer, and that curry was awful. Don't you like that? Look at me like that.
That's observation hockey. At some point, Lee's gonna sober up, right?
Picky eaters are the worst.
Why is everything so loud? Fifth gate, open!
Yeah, he's already going for 5th. Hidden Lotus.
Gate of view, open!
6 gate. Are you gonna go for 7?
Seventh gate of wonder, open!
He did! He did! Damn, okay. Are we gonna go for 8? He's not gonna go for 8. I did not expect 7. Come on. Guy took more than that. Well, if you're...
Beautiful piece of Konoha.
8th
I
gate?
will never give up. Eighth gate of death, open!
Holy shit. Sikizo! Okay, somehow, why do I doubt it? I mean, Sikizo packs a punch, but it doesn't look like it affected Sanji that much. So yeah, I am not gonna switch sides here. I'm gonna stick with Sanji and see. Lost a leg.
Since you wouldn't finish your food, I'm making you cough up whatever you've already eaten. Anti-matter!
Wow.
Looks like mild suited you best. My dish was too spicy for you.
Wow, okay.
Well,
That was disappointing for Rock Lee. Oh man. He could have done a lot more with 8 gates. That is disappointing. But my win streak is still alive, so hey,
I guess Lee can
there's
finally
that.
have that bout with Neji now.
Given Lee's years of experience and the power of the 8 gates, he definitely kept Sanji on his toes.
But Sanji was no slouch himself, and like Lee, has trained all of his life.
With his speed and observation hockey, he handled even the unpredictable Drunken Fist.
And while the 7th gate meant Lee could probably blow up an island, that's not as big as the meteors the Straw Hats could handle.
Simply put, Lee had only one somewhat reliable method of a possible victory: the 8th gate.
Yep.
A suicide move he's never actually used before. Not really the best argument for a win on its own.
But gate number 8 could take on Madara. Sanji's tough, yeah, but he's definitely not on that guy's level. A couple big hits from the 8th gate and Sanji's nothing but paste, so what gives?
Well,
Yeah,
Lee
that's
had to
a
hit him
good point.
first. While Sanji's power may not compare to the 8th gate, his speed is far beyond. Recall when his fellow rubber rabble-rouser Luffy very patiently waited for a light-speed laser to reach him before dodging it. To pull this off, Luffy would have had to move 13 times faster than light.
Man,
Sanji can
that's
regularly
power
keep up with
scaling
Luffy,
for you.
and this was before he even got his super fast raid suit.
Don't get us wrong, the power of the 8th gate is incredible.
Yeah.
If we were to run this fight 100 more rounds, Lee would surely land a winning blow with it a few times.
But more often than not, Sanji's speed is pulling this one off.
Given his speed, raid suit, observation hockey, and his fiery footwork, Sanji had everything he needed to outlast Lee's youthful determination for a victory.
Guess you could say he had a leg up on Rock Lee, hand over fist. Or I guess foot over fist, but you get it.
The winner is Sanji.
Thanks for watching this.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really didn't know which one was gonna win, because from my experience, 8th gates is super overpowered. I mean, of course you're gonna die, but still. Oh man. I guess the difference between Lee and Guy is probably experience. Lee was only like, well, after the war, he probably went on a couple of missions and then became an instructor. But Guy was still on like more, well, he grew up in a war. Yeah, Guy also battled a lot of notable foes, while Rock Lee can't even remember. Yeah, that's a problem. Probably Kimimaru was his most like notable foe, aside from the ones at the war, of course. But then again, he never really showed up that much in the war. His best feat in the war was probably like match throwing the kunai to save Guy and like have the 4th teleport. But yeah, it's a shame though. 8th gate is such like a rare thing to see because it kills the user, and Rock Lee didn't like give out more damage than like taking one leg. But it is what it is, so yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to, and if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Again, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. And yeah, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!